Welcome, everybody. It is time to thoroughly reactify to the
Adults React.
Captain America Civil War trailer 2, I guess.
This is the third one. There was a November trailer, Super Bowl, and now
this
this
is a
is the
teaser,
third.
and this is the second trailer.
Okay,
but with
fine.
you'll know this trailer by what happens at the end, and I'm sure that's how
Yes.
everybody will refer to
Yeah.
it until the movie comes out.
But a lot of important stuff happens before that 4-second ending.
Yes,
so
yes.
I'm going to take you guys through all of it. I've made a lot of notes, so let's start from the beginning here.
Fortress of
Typical
Solitude.
ding.
Is this Superman's home?
Well, yeah. So this is in Russia. That's a Russian guard there in a Russian jail, and boom. So there we have. That is Bucky. In the cryo chamber, where in the comics at least they keep the Winter Soldier, and that's how it explains how he hasn't aged much at all in the 70 years
Right.
since World War II.
Yes, but also like the end of Winter Soldier, Bucky escapes completely, but the Sting and Ant-Man is Falcon and Steve
Cap.
Rogers coming
Yeah.
upon him. So I'm
upon
guessing
him.
we're going to have to see Bucky's escape from this place.
Yeah, well,
in the
he
film?
seemed
Or
to
him
have
being activated at
Yeah,
least.
I mean, this could be a flashback, or
Yeah.
he got recaptured after his escape.
His wife is the arm, right?
So he lost that arm in the thing. So boom, this seems to be Cap in the same place. There's the same tube there, or what appears to be the same tube.
Because it would seem to imply that Cap is on a quest looking for Bucky.
I mean, yeah, that is how Winter Soldier ended.
This is the Division.
Well, yeah. So here's
This
the
is
flashback.
Avengers.
Yeah, that's Avengers there.
That's,
Here's the end of Winter Soldier.
Hey, and Thunderbolt Ross back from the Incredible
Yeah.
Hulk. We
And
never
he's-
thought.
And there's Sokovia, the end of that,
And
which
it's basically shaming them, showing
Yeah.
like, you guys keep messing up.
Fake Russian town
and-
flying there. It's crazy.
And Scarlet Witch was not a fan of watching the death of Sokovia again.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
by the way, though, I read a point by Kurt Busiek, which is right, that he's like, yeah, villains did this. These
Yeah.
are all supervillains, and they're stopping that from happening. They prevented a disaster. But as you can see here, boom, there's Thunderbolt Ross.
Reprising his role from the hit 2008 film Incredible Hulk.
He is the only returning cast member ever, other than the Nick Fury, Robert Downey Jr. Sting
Yeah,
cameo.
yeah.
That this is the only returning cast member
Someday
from that
maybe we
MCU
can see
film.
Tim Roth again in it. But yeah, in the comics, by the way, Thunderbolt Ross becomes the Red Hulk. So
Yes.
could we be seeing the Red Hulk on
I
top
hope
of
so.
all the other super people we see in this? Because we know there's no Hulk or Thor. They're the only ones not in this. But yeah, he is the type who hates the Hulk, so he would be on the forefront of superhero registration.
You need some kind of accountability. Yeah.
are afraid.
Okay, so that is the UN exploding. Now this is in the film a new event that's happening, and who's at the UN? Boom! King
T'Challa.
T'Challa is right there.
Oh shit!
So people
Bozeman.
So people have said that Chadwick Boseman, we're not going to see Wakanda in Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
So him being at the UN, a foreign dignitary at the UN when it is attacked,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense to explain why
Yes.
Black Panther would be
It's sweet.
in
They've
this
already
movie.
established fake cities in the Marvel universe.
That's why I'm here.
All right, and boom, that's
Iron
Iron Man.
Man.
That's his newest armor, post what was his armor that got all effed up in Age of
The
Ultron.
Mark Happy Meal.
And off he
We need to be
goes.
put in check.
And now just classic Cap and Iron Man.
And this also might fly somewhat contrary to
All
what
right.
you think Stark would be saying. Like, why would he be like all for accountability? But this is actually pulling from Iron Man 3
Yeah.
and Ultron, where he had a big personality change of like,
Yeah.
we are weapons and we need some kind of, even though Ultron is also him flying off the deep end to make Ultron.
Yeah.
Well, and Scarlet
But-
Witch got in his head
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
little bit
Capable
too.
of great things, but we
Yes.
need checks and balances.
Now, so this is a new structure, and some people have guessed that this is the MCU version of the Raft, which was in the new Avengers breakout story, and it's a super prison in the
Yeah.
comics, but there's honestly not too many supervillains who have been taken alive, so who would
Yes.
be kept there?
Sorry, Tony.
It would be implied that, boom, those are the cells
Ah.
right there, that this is where Tony would be keeping the superheroes who don't fall in line.
that's not his empty Iron Man storage.
No.
unit?
This
No,
is a.
yeah,
this
That's
is a
exploded,
new
I
building.
know.
See here, he's looking over it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish I could. Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect
I
teeth.
do like that line. We've seen that line before, and we've also seen
Bucky
this
on
chase
the
before.
run,
But
but
okay,
Bucky's
boom!
on the
I
run from-
love that shot.
Yeah,
like,
this leap where he just slashes the tire, like
yeah. That,
Didn't
let's
the
see
previous
rest
trailers
of it.
imply Black Panther's on Team Cap?
Yeah, but that we were mistaken. He is firmly on. He's firmly on Iron Man's side. He blames Bucky for that attack,
Right.
and an attack on Wakanda, and so he's all on Bucky's ass in this.
Got
But
it.
I just love that leap. That
Yeah.
leap that he does. It reminds me of how I just loved in Winter Soldier. The Cap used his shield all the time. His attacks had character to it. His
Yeah,
power
yeah.
uses weren't just like power. They said something about him. Same with
Well, it's
that leap and the dive.
Yeah,
on
it's
there.
the posture and it's the way they carry themselves.
But the safest hands are still our own.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, again, this
I
was
love
a
the
superhero
sequence.
thing. That look
Shit,
on his
yes,
face, he's
like,
like, you would have shot me
You
in
would
the
have
face.
killed me. You would have killed me.
You would have
Yeah.
killed me. Fuck you,
When can I get
Bucky.
And that's
People
and
have
if
Toys R
you
Us.
need an instigation for a civil war, like that is literally shots fired. That is
Yeah.
I almost died.
If he hadn't had his glove with him, that would have gone through his hand and shot him in the face.
Look, he's wearing Google Glass. Why wouldn't he?
All right, now so that shot seems to imply Bucky shot Rhodey.
Yeah, but they do that all the
those seem
time
to
in the
be like-
trailers.
yeah,
Yeah.
that seems to be two different
There's
times.
there's
of
a action and then a reaction,
Like,
but
he's
like
in
that's
like
in,
a-
that's in the sky and
He's
the
in
other one
like
was indoors.
Yeah.
Tokyo Mossburger in the one shot, and then they cut to him over Kansas.
Road.
So people are saying this is a spoiler, but they showed this shot was in the last
That
trailer.
was in the Super Bowl trailer, and also I would say I don't think War Machine's dead. One, because no one ever dies in MCU, but
That's
especially
not true now.
Well,
all right,
the
fine.
issue is all the villains, like you said, few villains live. So that means in a movie where there's no villain to fight, seemingly, as of what we know, some heroes have to die.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean he seems redundant, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But he did get shot right in the arc reactor.
Love that shit.
The only one so far was the one from the X-Men movie, right?
Yep. Quicksilver.
They make it clear he doesn't trust him. Like
Yes,
he-
man.
okay, boom. People think that in the car there that is Crossbones.
that seems like
This is-
Crossbones, yeah.
This is Crossbones' team who
Definitely in
is
the
being
film.
taking on.
I saw the pop figure
Scarlet
showing
Witch.
that shows what he looks like. Dumbest spoiler I've ever encountered.
I'm not the one that needs to watch their back.
Also, clearly Stark has hurt his arm. It's in a sling there, so
Hmm.
this is after. This could be after the big fight that we see at the
And
end.
they're still
of the
in that compound at the end of Age
Yeah,
of
that
Ultron.
looks like the new
that's,
Avengers compound.
Ant-Man infiltrated.
Yeah.
This doesn't have to end in a fight, Tony.
All right, so boo, that's a cool backhand, but
Yeah, because last time we saw Iron Man getting the shit kicked out of him, but that looks like the first punch to me.
now that's a backhand, and again they're back where
Yeah, something.
in Winter Soldier's place in the
Yeah,
tube.
and
that's
Stark had a black eye already, so
Yeah.
implying he's already been punched by Cap.
Though Iron Man also got back on a mask there in between those shots, so there's actually like a continuity issue in those shots.
Well,
Face mask on.
It's a trailer.
backhand.
Is
It's a
somebody
trailer.
contained in one of those units that looks like it was introduced in the first Avengers
is-
to
does
contain
look like there's
Loki
a-
and Hulk?
does look like there's a person in there.
does.
Yeah, it does. Well, I mean, that could
Wonka?
also be that could also be the Bucky tube we saw in the beginning.
Yeah. Who is that?
Ooh, that was at a
Started a
continuity
war.
trailer.
Some cool explosions. Love that fight. Okay, now this.
Oh yeah, this is
Boom.
great. Like
That's
he-
bullets
wow.
bouncing off him.
That's
Yeah,
great.
military grade bullets, but
Now-
from a chopper.
And I would definitely say people have pointed out that implies vibranium full suits
Yep.
because vibranium is the special metal that is made in Wakanda and is central to his powers. Well, he doesn't have powers, but his costume
Yeah,
and
yeah.
its thing is that it stops vibrations, meaning any contact with it
Yep.
stops, loses
Which is
its
Cap's
force.
shield as well.
Yes.
Which in the Avengers movie, when Thor smashes the hammer and all that force gets directed outwards and they all fly off of him, that's supposed to be vibranium. Yeah, vibranium alloy.
Seeing some stuff. All right, so
Scarlet
here,
Witch taking over a future husband.
yeah, Scarlet Witch and Vision dealing with each other like they really didn't have much of an interaction in
Yeah.
Age of Ultron. So this is kind of the first thing, and we always were wondering like
They had a
well,
beautiful
who
meet cute in
They,
in Age
they
of
did.
Ultron.
That is true. But you
So
wondered,
in
like,
order-
how will they take out Vision? Because Vision
Yeah.
is so powerful.
And that's why this is my prediction. This shot is deliberately in the trailer, and this is them either flirting or practicing.
Yeah.
oh yeah, you
Because
think
they are
it's
they're
really
in
not,
a
this isn't their
clean
fight
room.
Yeah.
I'm also curious how they handle Vision because these directors, what are they? The directors?
They're the Russo brothers.
Russo
They did
brothers.
Winter
Yeah,
Soldier.
did Winter Soldier and great episodes of Community.
Yeah.
They ground this stuff in a way that I'm very eager because Whedon is fine and I like him just fine, but like Age of Ultron was so fantastical. I'm very curious how they handle someone like Vision. I think they'll
Yeah.
make him very interesting take on him.
I love Vision.
Don't make
Yeah,
me
he was
Okay, now this I missed it because I was so excited by the thing before it, but That was Hawkeye shooting an arrow.
Get that cat out of the way.
And boom, who's on the edge of that arrow? That is also a
awesome.
matched shot.
That
I
is
think,
great.
But as him on the arrow,
Fast
and
arrow special. With
boom,
Ant-Man and
between
Hawkeye.
Iron Man's fingers onto his arm. Like,
Oh, I never noticed
it's
that.
a blink and you miss it moment, but
Yeah.
I love it because
It's a classic cover of.
Yeah, and that was a great move in Marvel vs. Capcom, Ultimate Marvel vs.
Yeah.
Capcom.
Got all that
3.
energy because he had that can of Coke.
But just right between Iron Man's fingers, though, what can Paul Rudd do to Iron Man? Even if he could he climb through the eye hole or something?
Maybe.
Could or get in the suit and mess it up.
Oh,
there's
shoot.
Crossbones.
All right, that's Crossbones punching
Yeah.
Cap halfway across the. building.
My first thought when I saw this is that Ultron. Of course it's not.
You can try to scrub, and we can maybe go back and see Crossbones.
Oh, yeah,
but,
let's get a closer shot of him.
Let's.
here.
There you go.
Ooh, there he was.
Oh, wait.
A fast pause and an unpause.
Ah.
Art.
It's never gonna work.
Whatever.
You've
Look,
all
you-
seen him.
you saw
You've all seen him. Punching Cap.
Final warning.
Ooh, that's cool. I love that
Yeah.
final warning.
It's a beefy hand.
All right, and then
I could do this all day.
now people pointed out I can do
Yeah.
this all day. I missed this.
It's a line from the first Cap.
It is a line from the first Cap when he is
Really?
pre-powers. He's
Yeah.
stopping some bullies, and they're beating him up, and then he won't stay down. Though
He
he's
grabs
like,
a trash can lid.
I
And he's
can
like,
do
I could
this
do
all
this
day."
all day.
Yep, same line. I that's great book ending. I like that.
Great. Oh, book ending.
Book
You
ending.
said booking.
All right, and then there's the classic big action shot. So you think it's over?
Yeah.
All right. I ran out of
That's great.
On the roof.
So
What does he say there?
Underoos.
Underoos.
as in what kids wear. So
A brand name that you can expect to see a toy tie-in.
I think he was trying to cup his hands. But that's like that.
yeah, that does look weird.
That's the
It's like
Jackie Chan
Underoos.
emoting face of like, ugh.
But so Dave, you did point out before this,
Yeah.
like the tone shifts. That was such a dramatic, like everything the world has changed trailer, and then at the very I guess you'd say the stinger of the trailer gets comedic. And here's
Yeah.
here's
the trailers
RDJ
has
being
a
Also-
post-credit sequence now.
Also, real quick, War Machine's in that shot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if they're having their conflict, that
Now.
assumes the shots fired has already happened, right?
Yeah.
So
so
surely,
wait, scrub back. Let's see if we can see Bucky there.
clearly he's not dead.
Well, no, I mean this is at the airport fight. Like this is in the same fight that this is. Like you
Right.
see
Yeah.
that in the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if Bucky's there, then he didn't kill War Machine. Well, not yet. Anyway.
Well, no, because this fight
Maybe it
could take
happens
place
right after
before
that.
the War Machine fight. Yeah,
that was
see?
bullshit. He was down there.
So yeah, there's
Civil War.
I ran out of
So yeah, him calling him Underoos is like the equivalent of saying like you're a kid,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're a kid,
Yeah.
and you're wearing a costume. I like that he's also making very clear like you're a superhero in a costume.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we're dudes.
yeah,
who
we are
don't
people
have
in
stuff.
combat outfits.
He
and
is
you
officially the first person with a secret identity.
Yeah, and when
which
I just
it was the whole point of Civil War in the comics.
I
10
love
years
hearing
ago.
the thwip here. And then there it is, webs up his hands, and then boom, right there. There he is, Spider-Man.
It's such a
We knew he
weirdly
was gonna be
classic
in it.
look.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's very like 60s, 70s Spider-Man.
We knew Spider-Man was going to be in this,
Yes.
but some people thought they might save it for the movie. Some people also thought he'd have like more of a homemade costume
Mm-hmm.
and he'd get his real costume in the film. But he definitely is sided with Tony
Yeah.
and has that,
Which runs in direct contrast to the Civil War
No, he
source
sides
material.
with Tony first and
yeah.
then chooses to be on
Okay.
Cap's side, which who's to say that won't happen in the
Yeah,
movie
it
too?
should happen, but I
him-
love that he's so classic, almost fucking 60s or 70s,
Yeah.
until like the angular
Yeah.
arm stuff is very superior
Yeah.
Spider-Man and the same color. I'm finally noticing now it isn't as black as I thought it
Well,
was
it's
in my
black
monitor.
lines above the shoulders on his arms, but his pants are blue.
yeah.
And also, let me scrub back just a tiny bit here. And you can see it in the wide shot there. He definitely has a line
armbands.
around his his wrists, which would imply mechanical shooters outside the costume. Which I'm not the biggest fan of web shooters outside the costume, just because it reminds me of the terrible live action 70s
Right.
Spider-Man show, which was like real bad. But yeah, the eyes are very much the
I don't
old
get the eyes.
Like that's pre.
yeah.
That's
But the
one
eyes,
thing.
the eyes work independently on the outside of the costume.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
I mean
do
they're
that.
trying to do the emoting like
Holy, but Deadpool just did that. I don't think I've seen another live action superhero movie animate the eyes in a
Yeah,
comic
yeah.
booky way.
Yeah, I have to imagine those are mechanical in nature.
yeah, that has to be a Stark influence or something where
But I also love like the spider emblem on his chest is great. That's perfect. I wish we could have seen the back spider because
Yeah.
getting the back spider right is very important to me. I still think the I want to see more of this suit, but the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit is my favorite.
It's the most
cinematic
comic
Spider-Man.
booky.
Yeah, but in the
The
worst
eyes
movie
are
of all
bigger.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm normally a
one's
fan
worse.
of bigger eyes, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen like the Tobey Maguire movies. They were like, not only were they static,
Mm-hmm.
but they were too small on the weird bumpy
Yeah.
spider web lines, a physical
Yeah.
line above it. I didn't like.
Well, I
but
like the clean.
This is cool.
Yeah, I like the clean fabric too.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not all.
What about
bumpy
the
or whatever.
emblem, which is super diminished, and it
Yeah.
almost looks like a collectible in the Lion King Super Nintendo
I
game.
like smaller emblems. They were making that emblem too big.
Yeah?
Like
Yeah.
it had gotten too
Kind of looks
too
like a
big.
Space Invaders sprite.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, May
boom.
6th. Wow.
Yeah, get him on
Fandango, yes!
Fandango. But
That's
yeah,
my favorite way to order tickets. I'm so excited.
I mean, that Spider-Man shot was
It's
just
great.
the best, and it makes you wonder how, like, will he just appear in that scene? Will, like, he just be in that fight and then that's it? Because I don't think he'll be in a ton of it.
I
but-
can't imagine being a pivotal,
But, let's
being the
see-
pivotal moment he was in the source
Yeah.
material.
Well, let's hear the voice. though, real
Yeah.
quick.
Hey, everyone.
As
A
a kid.
very kid voice. Like
as
he
a
is very
teenager.
much a 16-year-old Spidey.
Yeah.
Like the youngest Spidey you've ever seen. So anyway,
great.
that's a new Civil War trailer. Lots to unpack in that, obviously, but Spider-Man, oh my god, so great. Oh.
Yeah, I'm very excited. And
Yeah.
and even if the web shooters are outside, maybe they are or they aren't. Like I trust this team above all others because I loved Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I trust them more than I trust any other director or team that has ever worked on any of these Marvel movies to get this
Yeah.
right. So I'm excited.
Go watch Lava World on Community. It's a great episode.
And I
of Community.
totally think they'll animate him correctly too.
Yes.
Just the same we saw with Black Panther and all the awesome shield work in
Yes.
Winter Soldier. I cannot wait. All right, well I guess that's
That
it.
is it. If you want more of this stuff, you can subscribe to the channel or go check out Star Wars trailer reactions. It might be too late for that, considering we all know the actual outcome.
Well,
Yeah,
and
wrong
also-
we were.
And there's the weekly comic book podcast, Cape Crisis, if you want to
True.
hear us talk more about comic books and the superhero spotlight videos we do
Yeah.
Poke
every
around,
week.
people.
Oh,
Feel
so
free to
much.
say something racist in the comments. I'm allowing you one.
Bye.